Hey guys, my name is Micah Endres, and this is my presentation of the theory of stress and coping, which I just abbreviated the TSC model. Just a little bit of background about the TSC model is that stress was first defined using the concept of the fight or flight response, which is basically when you are presented with a stressor or a stressful stimulus, you respond by either fighting it or running away from it. It's a natural biophysiological response. Um, and then also, stressors are demands from the internal or external environment that an individual perceives as being harmful or threatening. So, fundamentals of the TSC are that chronic stressors can be anything from persistent life difficulties, role strains, chronic strains, daily hassles, or community wide strains. Also, the TSC starts with the primary appraisal, which is just determining the severity of the stressor. Then, secondary appraisal, which is determining how much control you have over the stressor. And then one will move on to problem-focused coping, which is the method of dealing with the stressor that involves thinking about the situation and altering it in that way. And then, or they might move to motion-focused coping, which is a method of dealing with the stressor that involves altering the way one thinks or feels about the situation so that it is no longer stressful. And the final stage is reappraisal. It's a feedback loop in which the individual evaluates whether or not the stressor has been effectively controlled. So just a quick example, we've got a businessman over here on your left and then a gangster on your right. The gangster presents the businessman and says, "Hey, give me your money." And the businessman says, or thinks to himself, "Am I okay? How much control do I have over this situation?" And he also thinks, realistically, he has a gun and no one's around. I should give him the money. This basis of thinking would be similar to the problem-focused coping strategy. And so he says, "Fine, here it is," gives him the money. And the gangster says, "Thanks, see ya, I'm out of here." And now the businessman has come to the conclusion, using the reappraisal tactic, that phew, I think he's gone and I'm safe. And so he has effectively done away with the stressor. So just a basic model diagram of the model of stress and coping. We've got the stressor at the top, which is the first initial situation, and then we've got the primary appraisal in which you think to yourself, "Am I okay? What's going on?" And then secondary appraisal, how much control do I have over this situation? And the third is coping strategies, which is either the problem-focused coping or emotion-focused coping, which we discussed earlier. And then reappraisal, so has the stressor been negated? And just some basic uses of the TSC are coping with breast cancer, coping with TBI, coping with quitting smoking or smoking cessation. We've also got coping with old age psychosis and elderly health. Then we've also got coping in survivors of domestic violence and preventing recurrent depression. And there's a couple more to your left, as you can see, but the TSC model is useful in many aspects of our daily lives, and this was just a little short clip of it. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll talk to you later.